let's learn a little bit about a matrix multiplication and the inverse of the matrix. So let's just start from the very simple 2 by 2 matrix, for example. 2, 1, 1, 2. So you see the simple 2 by 2 matrix. And this matrix, well, we want to know what's the inverse of matrix. There's already a formula. Using this way, you can calculate the inverse of the matrix. For example, this is matrix A. Okay, so let's see what's the inverse of matrix A. We can use the formula. At first is 1 to divide AD, so 4 and BC 1. So AD is 4 and BCE, so it's 1/3. So 1/3, and then D and A change the position, and the minus B and minus C. So this matrix is the inverse of matrix A. And there's a most important formula for this algebra is that A multiply A inverse of A is equal to I. What's the meaning of I? I is identity matrix, which means it's equal to 1. So for example, when we use numbers to do multiplication, so for example, A multiply 1/8, we know because 1/8 is the reciprocal of 8, so then it's equal to 1. So the identity matrix is kind of like the 1, and the inverse of A is kind of like the reciprocal of the number. Okay, this is the basic idea. Okay, why do we have to have the concept of inverse of A? Is that because, like, okay, because we cannot do the division in the matrix, but we can do multiplication in the matrix. So when we solve the problem like this, okay, if you want to distribute 10 apples to 2 people, how do you distribute? How do you divide? And but for numbers, because there's divisions, so you can directly use 10 to divide 2, and then we know, oh, for each person they can get 5 apples. However, like in matrix, you cannot do division, but you can use multiplication. For example, if this is the unknown x, and we use x to multiply A, and we know that it's equal to B, then now how can we calculate x? You cannot use division, but you can use multiplication. So you can multiply the inverse of A for each side, and then, of course, because we have the formula A multiply the inverse of A is equal to 1, then we know x is equal to B multiply B by A, the inverse of A. So this is the answer. Now we can use using example illustrate the application of this matrix multiplication. For example, now we want to know there is x number of a child, and x number of the kid, child, I dot, kid, I dot. We don't know how many numbers are there. Kid, I dot. And now they want to go to some trips. A park, for example, A park and B park. They have different price for the tickets and different price for the kids and the adults. Like for example, in park A, the kids ticket price fee is like $5, but for adult it's $6. And for B park, the kids fee is $3, but for adult it's $4. So this is and then we know, like for like in A park, the kids has spent has spent how many monies? Maybe $33. So this family has spent $33 in A park, and for kids, and the adults have spent $14 in total. So now we don't know how many kids and adults, but we know the unit price for each park and the total cost for each park. Now we're going to solve like how many kids. OK, totally. 编题也很难啊。我先假装先编，我们是2，所以这个数字我是编错了耶。22应该编成22，然后6加8它14，对，这个是对的。好，那现在我们假装我们不知道那个，当然我们不知道这个最后答案是2和2，对吧？We have to use the matrix rules to figure out like how many kids and adults are there. So this is a 1 by 2 matrix, and this is 2 by 2. 2 by 2. Okay, so the 1 by 2. So you see the column numbers and the row numbers must be equal so that they can do the calculation of the matrix. Otherwise you cannot do the calculation. And the final product, it must be the 1 by 2. 1 by 2. Okay, now we can know that, okay, for example, if this matrix is X, and this matrix is A, and this matrix is B. So we have already mentioned that, okay, now X is equal to B multiply A, the inverse of A. So then you can use this formula, right? We know how to do the inverse of A. So just multiply A and B. Okay, how do we do the multiplication? So it's like do. So you use the row and multiply the column and add up the products. Then is this number. And okay, let's do it. For example, we have already know the result. X1 is equal to 2 and X2 is equal to 2. Let's double check whether it's right. So 2, remember this one. So 2 multiply 2 by 5 is 10, and 2 by 6 is 12. 10 plus 12 is equal to 22. Okay, so we have finished the first row column product, and the second row product is 2 by 3 is 6, and 2 by 4 is 8, and 6 plus 8 is 14. So then find out the rest is 22, 14. So if, of course, this is a check the result, just need to check. But when we do this calculation, of course, we have to just use B multiply A, the inverse of A, to calculate out what AX is. And then, of course, the first step is to figure out what's the inverse of A, and we can use this formula, and then just like a calculation. So the matrix, for me, the key for the matrix multiplication is do,一横一竖一横一竖一横一竖一横一竖一横一竖。Okay, that's all for today. See you next time.